Welcome to Cloverdale Arena, folks, as the Cloverdale Colts U18A2 team takes the ice for a home game against the North Delta team, the A1 team from North Delta. This is the second matchup of the season for these teams in the regular season. They also met once in the tiering rounds and just competed days before this in Phoenix, Arizona in the gold medal game of the Cactus Cup tournament. That game was won by North Delta 2-0. The close game was 1-0 till very late in the game where North Delta got their second goal. So this will be a grudge match here for these teams, having played each other a lot of times. So far, the Colts have not been able to beat North Delta, and they will be looking to do so here with their first home game at the barn, where they have a good winning record. Another benefit for the Colts, they will actually have their full lineup playing today. It's been a long time since they've had that. Both goalies dressed. All 11 forwards and 6D also playing in tonight's game. Patrick, however, is nursing an injury, but is going to give it a try here tonight. Logan will be getting the start for the Colts, so let's head to the first period highlights and see how they did. North Delta is going to get the first chance of the game. Ill-advised pinch there allows this to be a breakaway, but Logan stands tall at the top of the crease to push that one off to the corner. And that's going to allow the Colts to create this turnover in the neutral zone. Jesse strips the puck away from the North Delta player, walks in all alone, puts it high over the glove. And early in this game, not even a minute in, the Colts are now up 1-0. And they're going to look to make it 2-0 as this North Delta player has a brutal turnover to Zach. Looking for another unassisted goal. He goes in all alone. He has space on the backhand, but he's unable to slide it past the goalie. Now we see Delta going to try and bounce back here. Here's a point shot that gets tipped in front, and there's a loose puck after Logan makes a save. Two Colts in the area, but they're unable to find that loose puck, and they put that home to tie this game at 1. Colts are looking to regain the lead, so they're on the forecheck. Down low, the puck gets pushed behind the net by Arjun. Jesse puts it out front for Mitchell, and before he can grab it, the defender puts it right onto Arjun's stick. Gets a shot off. Not sure if that hit the goalie, but ends up going out of the arena. But here's Orson keeping it, and he puts it down to Mitchell. And after those glorious chances, that shot from a bad angle somehow beats the goalie. Doesn't matter how. It's now 2-1 for the Colts. North Delta looking to respond. Is going to make a quick little backhand pass to a player all alone in front, but Logan comes across and robs one from that player who was left all alone. All the Colts focused on the puck along the wall. Coming back the other way, there's North Delta player sweeping in front of their net, pushing the puck out to the neutral zone, and Karn comes up and runs that player over. He does get a penalty for that, though. It's going to be a head contact penalty. 4 minutes for head contact, actually, and it looks like maybe there was some assistance from the linesman to make that call for the referee, as you see them talking there on the ice. The Colts do manage to kill that off, and now watch Arjun along the wall. Little rabbit punch to the back of the head right there from that North Delta player. Referee in good position to see it. That's going to be a head contact penalty for Delta as we head into the second period. And while they're unable to capitalize on that power play, the Colts do get this chance shortly after the period begins. There's Jackson racing down that side. He puts it over the goalie and hits the crossbar. Close, but no cigar for Jackson there. And here's another chance. Trevor picking up that pass cross ice, sweeping behind the net. And as he does and puts it out front, he's tripped up. You can see the ref has the arm in the air. Colts try again. He gets knocked down a second time. But the Colts are going to go to the power play here. Puck's going to get moved over to Jesse on the side. He whips that towards the net. Looks like it hits the side of the net. Goes back behind the net, up the wall. And it's going to get kept in, put back down low here, where Seth is going to put it off to the side. That shot is going to go in by Jackson, up over the shoulder of the goalie. Looks like he was cheating to the pass. Jackson saw it, found that open net up high above the blocker. And the Colts are now up 3-1 in this one. The North Delta coach is going to have seen enough of that goaltender in this game with the 3-1 deficit, and they put in their alternate goalie for the rest of this game. And so that's going to inspire North Delta to head down the other way. They're going to circle behind the net, Put the puck out to the point, throw that towards the net. It hits a body, falls down, and the two Colts defenders and Logan are not sure where it is, but the North Delta player does know, and he slams that home to make it 3-2. And as this North Delta player tries to split the D to tie the game, he kind of gets held a bit, and you can see the referee looking at the North Delta fans and telling them to tone down the rhetoric. They're yelling quite rudely from the crowd, so the referee gives them a warning about their behavior. Here we see Mitchell's stick break in half, and he's forced to retreat to the bench to get a new one, and that's going to allow North Delta to get a mini power play. There's one quick shot on net, and they still have it, and they're going to throw it out front. It's going to bounce off two legs right to that player, and he gets two good cracks at it, but Logan comes across and makes a nice save to keep it a 3-2 game. Here we see another penalty by North Delta as Arjun gets buried in front of the net while Jesse's circling around. He then hits that North Delta player in the face with the shot after the whistle, but it's going to be an interference penalty for North Delta. So here we see the Colts on the power play. Jesse's going to work along the half wall. He's looking for that seam pass, and he does end up finding it. Jackson tries to put it on net. It's blocked, but it comes right back to him. He shoots it again, and Seth is in front to tip it home, and the Colts have restored their 2-goal lead. It doesn't stay that way for long, though, as you see a lot of back checkers upright without their feet moving, everyone focused on the puck, and that's going to allow North Delta to have 3 players down low until they're eventually able to slide that home on the backhand on the short side, and it's now 4-3. And now they're going to look to tie it. Here's a puck along the wall that they're going to throw towards the net, and that's going to rebound out. But this time the defender in front does an excellent job to tie it up so the rebound can't be pounced upon by North Delta. Now we see an excellent forecheck by Lyndon Fraser. Creates a loose puck that Trevor throws up front to Tyler. Gets the puck on net. Didn't get everything he wanted on that, but it was still a nice chance for the Colts. North Delta back the other way, trying to move that puck out in front, and it almost bounces off of Bryson's leg and in the net. They do retrieve it as he falls and put it back out front, and this time the player is able to find that loose puck that falls in behind Logan, and now it's a 4-4 tie. Then off the ensuing face-off, the Colts are going to get into some more trouble as the puck gets put in deep. Jesse's going to go down low along the half wall to retrieve it, and as North Delta player makes a move, he gets a stick into his feet. That's a tripping penalty for Jesse. So here we see North Delta working it around. Just a minute 40 left in the period. They're going to throw that towards the net. It's going to bounce out front. Another juicy rebound. This time Logan covers it up. The Colts almost get caught napping here in a set play for North Delta. They had that player out wide and they just throw it out to him. And as the clock strikes 0, Logan flashes the leather, and it's going to be 4-4 heading to the third period. And a great start to the period for the Colts as Zach picks up that puck along the wall, races out, pushes it over to Seth, gets it back, and then goes towards the net. And as he jams it on the goalie, it gets kicked off to the side where Seth deposits it home, and the Colts have restored their lead early in this third period. It's now 5-4. In what has become a theme in this game, here's another set play from North Delta with number 6 set off way to the side. The draw gets pulled back into the top of the circle and he jumps on it and creates a couple chances down front. The Colts are going to have to be wary of such plays in the future against this team. But here's an effort that's going to reward them with a great scoring chance. Some good hard effort down the ice as Tyler and Jackson create a nice chance. Jackson getting the shot on net. Speaking of nice chances, here's another one by North Delta. They throw that puck on net and are there for the rebound. Try to go high blocker, but Logan does well to turn that one off to the side. Here's another nice chance for the Colts as this puck finds itself on Noah's stick and he throws it hard towards the net, but the goalie makes the save. Colts keep coming. Here's Jesse. He's going to go in wide and then drag it to the middle and then pass it off to Riley, who had joined the rush, and he gets a good shot on net, but the goalie makes the save. Next, we see Linden retrieving a puck behind the net. There's a reverse that Orson isn't ready to handle, and so North Delta gets it back, putting it behind the net on the cycle, and they're going to find that player all alone in front before the center can come back and cover, and it's quickly 5-5. North Delta, looking for more, is going to throw that out in front of the net, but it's going to go to no one, and it's going to bounce off the wall to a streaking Jesse, who was in behind the defenders. He gets around that one, cuts across, and has nothing but net to hit there, but he shoots it wide as he's being hassled by a defender. As Lyndon Fraser comes in on this chance, watch the front of the net. I believe that's Trevor, and he gets his stick knocked out of his hand by the defender. That's actually one of Trevor's specialties, and this time he gets it done to him. So that's an interference penalty for the North Delta team. So here go the Colts onto the power play, trying to find a lead late in this game. They're going to put that puck back to Noah. He shoots it and jumps up in the air, and then Jesse has it on the far side. There's another crack at it in front. North Delta does escape, though, from that opportunity. Colts still on the power play. There's a tip that just goes wide by Zach off of that shot from Bryson. So ultimately they do not score on that power play. And there's that look again. Same draw we talked about earlier where number 6 comes off the half wall and picks up the loose puck once everyone's tied up. And this time he scores off it, puts it home. And now North Delta actually has a 6-5 lead, their first lead of the game. And they're looking to make it 7-5 there. A nice backhand move, but it rolls off his stick and goes wide, thankfully, for the Colts. Now here's a wild sequence for the Colts to try and tie it. There's the point shot, and the puck is loose, and Noah's there digging away at it. Seth and Zach also come in, and the goalie never does cover it. The ref lets it play out, but somehow it doesn't go in, and it gets pushed out by North Delta. Just 3 minutes left. We see North Delta on their way out, and for some reason they turn around to go back into their own zone, and as they're doing that, that player turns into Zach and he cross-checks him, although that was a very strange play because I'm not sure what Zach could have done there because that player turned into him. And that's a power play for North Delta. And we see a cheeky little shot up over the glove to ice this game away. North Delta now has a 7-5 lead, and that's how it's going to end. A disappointing result for the Colts given the leads they had in this game, and after losing a tight game in Arizona, they'll lose a tight game here at home in the return to league play. And we have a look at the stats for the game. Logan with 31 saves on 38 shots, many of them difficult as you saw in the highlight package. Seth with a big game, 2 goals and an assist. And now we'll have a look at the overall stats for the season. We'll point out with those 2 goals, Seth is now only 1 goal behind Zach for the team lead in goals. That's now 5 losses in a row for Cloverdale coming out of the Christmas break, although the last 3 of them very close games, 1-goal games essentially. So disappointing for Cloverdale to be down at the bottom of the standings, but they are keeping these games close against good competition. And there's only 3 more games left in the season to try to get some wins heading into the playoffs. So here you see the schedule, games at Surrey and Port Moody, and then 1 final home game against Richmond to close out the season. So we'll see you at the Surrey game.